Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Astro Strega and her forecast for the new moon in Sagittarius today. Let me get this music turned down just a little. There we go. Let's get right into it. I hope you're all having a great Monday. I know it's happy crappy Monday. What can I say? But there is a new moon in the beautiful philosophical and truth-seeking sign of Sagittarius. This is going to be on Tuesday, December 12th at 12:23. Excuse me. December 12th at 6:32 p.m. Eastern Time. So it will be tomorrow. We are still in the dark moon phase. I know for some reason I woke up this morning thinking it was a new moon, but I realized, wait a minute, it is not. It's tomorrow. So we have one more day of this dark moon energy, but this sign is ruled by Jupiter, the Lord of Luck, and it rules religions. It rules the codification of thought, foreigners, foreign lands, higher learning, the animal kingdom, indigenous matters, laws, courts, and justice. Foreign lands, foreign powers, and places like India, Australia, South America, and even Mexico could make the headlines these next 2 weeks. News might be heard about religion, the Pope, who, by the way, is a Sagittarius, okay? That's one thing I know about Sagittarian energy is the Vatican always makes headlines in some way. But we'll also hear about Native American matters and how new laws are going into effect that are going to be implemented to the people and affect the people in some ways. I'm not saying that they're going to be the greatest of laws in any sense of the way, but it is something you want to be aware of. All right, moving on. Let me go to, hold on here. Okay, sorry kids, my computer was acting a little strange. Maybe it needs coffee, who knows. Anyway, this is also where governments can bring on a secret action against its own people. I just discussed this, and implement their dogmas, even their political influences, things like that. And try not to fall for the apocalyptic rhetoric about the end days. This will rattle some cages, but I'm going to say it anyway. I was going to take this out because this is something I give to my Patreons, but I think you can handle it. Understand that God, Creator, whatever you want to call him, never came down and wrote any books. He didn't write the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran. These were written by men or prophets, and it was also written as a way to fear you into control. I mean, look what's happening in the Middle East, all in the name of religion, because a certain sector of people feel that they have privy to a land over religious supremacy. You see where I'm going with this? Please remember that I do not believe Jesus is returning, and hell, that these people call hell, it's really this dense physical plane that we call Earth. If you want to read the true messages of a creator, then you need to look at the stars, because messages are written in starlight, and they always have. And they're right above your head. Remember the Magi? The Magi were astrologers, and what were they following? The star. That one star to Bethlehem. Now, souls born, on a little more positive note here, souls born in the sun sign of Sagittarius will be adventurous, full of life, and ready to explore the world around them. They love adventure, the outdoors. They love parties, good jokes, and usually have a deep love for animals, especially horses and dogs. All fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo, will feel this moon's intensity, and all fire signs are going to be very magnetic. Gemini also feels this energy strongly. Anyone born with a sun, a moon, a rising, a dragon's head or tail in Sagittarius will feel this energy very strongly too. Now, my magical folk, this is a very short and sweet one. This is the perfect time to work magic for pets and pet protection and making talismans for them, spell work for travel and travel protection, legal matters and publication work. Well, now, spells for seeking the truth can be very powerful and enlightening as well. So happy magic making. And to my Patreons, I'll try and get on here later tonight. And I'm going to do the how to win a legal battle spell for you guys. I'm only going to give one forecast. And since the new moon is in Sagittarius, I will give Sagittarius's forecast. So for Sagittarius, for these next 2 weeks, it's time for you to make things happen, Sag. The stars shine right on you for the next few weeks. You experience this energy in your first house as the house of self and your soul's purpose. So this represents new beginnings. Jupiter, your planet, has gone direct back on November 30th, giving all Sagittarius the touch of luck they need, especially in gambling. Get out there, Sag, and make things happen. These next 2 weeks are a golden opportunity. A big window is opened here, so good luck. And for the rest of you, if you like what you see here, you can join Patreon for a simple $5 a month and not just get the full forecast, but get the days of caution. You get my 18-month predictions for the universal dragon's energy, and you're well prepared of what's getting ready to happen in the world at large compared to the rest. I've put the link down there if you're interested. Now, the new moon will bring excitement and adventure for some, and with Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, it can instill a very cold, unfeeling, business-like energy. This is where the past can come back to life, especially within the career sector. So be prepared to run into old bosses, old work associates, colleagues for these next several weeks. You might even be called from an old job. You just never know. Past comes back to life, so be prepared. Now, luckily, this new moon is on the 12th, and there is a lovely window of positive energy for a few days. Now, I fear that this good energy will not last, especially around those days of caution that I've given my Patreons. You might want to prepare for some strange and shocking news to unfold. This also sits on the USA's 6th house of health and service to the world. So let's see. I'm going to give the date of the 16th. That's the only date I'm going to give you there. Like I said, this does sit on the United States 6th house, and this is the house of health and service to the world. And I don't know, usually when the moon is new, it's in a more positive light. So there could be some good news coming for our, I doubt it, but our economy in some way, or for its people. But with the world at large and what is going on around, I don't think so. I just don't know. There could be terrorist attacks, major earthquakes, severe weather, and there could be damning information coming from the Middle East, and Britain and the United States could be involved in this. That is a possibility. Hi, Antonia. How are you? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're doing well. Now, many people are going to be doing their holiday shopping, making plans with friends and family, and some will be stressing out too. This time of year is hard for many, and Christmas has turned into this like corporate fiasco of greed where it's a world of the haves and the have-nots, and it making people feel even more crappy about themselves this time of year because they can't afford Christmas gifts. It's turned into a very materialistic thing, and it does have a way of bringing one's morale and one's what's the word I'm looking for? It makes people sad and depressed this time of year. Um, Also, remember this: Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, the moon will be in Gemini, and a day before the emotional moon in Cancer on the 26th, the full moon in Cancer. So, gatherings will be very chatty and upbeat, but throw in a Mercury retrograde, and Capricorn can be very sarcastic as well. Their speech can be very uh, cold and calculated and unfeeling. So gatherings can be very chatty, but with this retrograde and unfeeling Capricorn energy, the family dinner table could turn into an argument of petty bullshit, pardon my French. But knowing the stars placement and thinking before you speak and making sure you are heard and understood clearly and precisely so there is no miscommunication or hurt feelings is going to be key for getting through any of these family gatherings coming up. Okay, just warning you and preparing you. Just because the moon is new and we're in a waxing moon energy tomorrow does not mean things go smoothly, especially in Mercury retrograde. However, you spend these holidays, be grateful for the simple pleasures. And I'm serious, like clean water, food, and shelter. As our brothers and sisters in the Middle East do not have that luxury tonight, or any other night for that matter. Keep things simple, be thankful, have grace, show compassion and kindness. And that is how you bring in the holidays, not dropping 3 grand at Walmart. Okay. Oh my God. Really? Well, Antonio, I will say this. When retro, you know how I see this all the time on TikTok. I don't see this a whole lot on YouTube per se, but on TikTok, you'll see a lot of people go, "Oh my God, be careful. Mercury retrogrades here. Everybody be careful." General rule of thumb is the retrogrades will affect. So right now, okay, let's use the last retrograde we had was in Virgo. That affected mostly Virgos or anybody with a rising sign in Virgo. Okay. Those are the ones that got hit hard. I know this because I have a rising in Virgo. Now, this retrogrades in Capricorn. So everything is going to be on Capricorn, past coming back to life. It will affect Capricorns or people with a rising in Capricorn. Remember, your rising sign is the hidden face you show the world. Your rising sign is really your second sign in a way. It's how you really operate. That's how I see it. So when you're reading someone's horoscope, I don't care if it's on my site or any other site, I urge you all, when you're reading your stars, to go and read your rising sign as well. I guarantee you it will correlate. The Mercury retrograde is making them a little crazy. So Antonia is saying Capricorns are a little crazy these days. And yes, they are. Yes, they are. I do agree with that statement. Um, Mercury retrogrades can make people, you know, there could be confusion and misunderstandings, and they don't speak right sometimes, or the words don't come out right. Um, Myself included here. I'm on here live right now. Mercury's in retrograde. Even though modern astrology says it's tomorrow, it is not tomorrow or the 13th. Modern astrology claims it's the 13th. It went retro on the 7th, according to my ancient astrology and my software. So it will be difficult for Capricorns and Capricorn risings, especially. Okay. And wherever Capricorn falls in your chart, just know that there'll be challenges there. Let's see. What does she say? My second son is a Virgo and he's always angry. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say about that. Um, there's a lot to be angry about in the world, I guess. And our youth are angry right now with everything that's going on. I mean, look what are we leaving them? What kind of a world are we leaving them? Think about it. Um, yeah, I can feel it too. It's a little crazy. The energy is a little wonky, and like I said, Patreons have the full aspect of what's really going on compared to what I post here on the general public. Um, but today was just more of a short and sweet one. I said I was going to get on here today, even though the new moon isn't until tomorrow. Um, I'm got a lot of things to do tomorrow, so I won't be able to sit here and broadcast. But what I am going to do, and this is actually for Patreon only, is in about, once I get off this broadcast, I'm going to be coming back, but it will only be on Patreon, and I'm going to be doing a live tarot reading for the next 2 weeks, because around the 26th of November, I think that was the 26th, 27th, we had a full moon in Gemini. You're welcome, Antonia. Make sure you check out Patreon, because in about 15 minutes, I'm heading over there for a live tarot um, for all of you on Patreon only. So if you want to join Patreon and get in on that, just follow the link. Astra Strega, not the astrology witch, Astra Strega. Anyway, what I was trying to say for my Patreons here was that when we had the last full moon, it was in Gemini, and that's my health house. Okay. And I couldn't do any tarot readings. I had some sort of a very bad sore throat, a lot of congestion. The barometer had changed here. The weather changed very drastically and very quickly, and I got kind of sick. So I do apologize to my Patreons, because I did not do a full moon tarot for you 2 weeks ago. So today, I'm going to do it upright. We're going to do a 6-card spread. We're going to go through the next 2 weeks very thoroughly. If that is something you're very interested in, then you might want to drop $5 and join Patreon. But that is your forecast for the next 2 weeks. I'm wishing all of you out there a wonderful holiday season and a very happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. I will return on Friday for Financial Fridays. And yes, the markets have dropped drastically today. That's the world of crypto. It's very volatile. 1 minute you're high and 1 minute you're low. That's why we're in the middle of a bull run right now. The bear market is over, but there's this window of opportunity right now, because those markets have dropped, where you can still get in on some very, very good deals on crypto. But yes, the markets have dropped quite a bit in the last 24 hours. Hey, I woke up, I went to bed having, how do I put this? I went to bed having almost $800 in one of my accounts, only to wake up this morning to see that it's down at 725. So yeah, I lost 75 bucks in my sleep, and that can happen in crypto. That's why you can't go into it with greed. Like if it's really rising and going up, you want to pull some profit out of that. You don't want to sit there, because then you'll be left with nothing. Like this morning, people woke up going, damn, what happened? And I was just getting ready to read an article literally about what had happened before I got on here. So I'll explain more of that to you on Friday. I know. I went to bed smiling, going, yes, this is fantastic. I woke up this morning, and it's the one thing I do in the morning when I get my phone is I check my crypto. Get my coffee, turn on the computer, or turn on my phone, and I read crypto news. That's what I do. That's the first thing I do every morning, but it is what it is. All of you out there have a great 2 weeks. I will be back on Friday. Antonia, I will see you over at the other platform in about 10 minutes if you want to join me. And I will also be doing some tarot readings for my Patreon. So there's going to be that as well. All of my YouTubers, have a wonderful couple of weeks. Be safe. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy solstice or Yule. And to the rest of you, if you don't celebrate, happy Festivus to the rest of you. All right. I will see you guys in a couple of days. Have a good one. Bye-bye.